So if you're anything like me and enjoy Pokemon Rom Hacks, you know it can be a real pain finding complete games that are worth playing. And with that in mind, I thought I'd share some of my favorites in hopes it makes it easier for you to find great games worth your time. So today on Game Enjoyer, we're taking a look at an all new top 5 Pokemon Rom Hacks for you to choose from this March. As always, this won't have any games from my previous videos, so if you haven't seen those yet, be sure to check them out as they probably have even more Rom Hacks for you to enjoy. All of these Rom Hacks will be completable, and the order doesn't determine if one is better than the other. All of these games are 10 out of 10. With that said, let's check them out. And to start things off, we have Pokemon PureRGB created by Vortini. This ROM hack of Pokemon Red is a purist enhancement hack based on the PokéRed disassembly. The main goal of this game is to enhance the game's replayability without adding new mechanics, moves, sprites, visuals, type matchups, or even Pokemon that weren't introduced in later titles. It includes tons of quality of life improvements and many in-game options to improve audio and visuals. Many bad Pokemon and moves were rebalanced, so lots of Pokemon that previously weren't viable will now be worth adding to your team. This game adds a new feature I've never seen before called the Move Dex, which functions similar to a Pokédex, but instead tracks all the moves you've seen in battle, allowing you to get more information on moves and work towards a new goal of completing the Move Dex. Some of the features you can expect are a huge amount of updates and enhancements to improve gameplay. Stone and Trade Evolutions now come with full movesets, while Trade Evolutions will happen at level 37. All TMs are now useful attacks, and level up movesets for all Pokemon have been revamped. Inventory limits have been expanded, with the bag size increased to 30, and the PC item storage boosted to 60, as well as the ability to change PC boxes anywhere and anytime. Players can also catch Missingo and Ghost Marowak without fear of your save file getting corrupt, and you can even find Mew underneath a certain truck. The new Move Dex item tracks all moves you've seen, and the Pocket Abra item allows instant teleportation to Pokemon centers. The new item called the Booster Chip replaces EXP All, as well as another new item called Apex Chips, which are rewarded from gym completions and can be installed in Pokeballs to help Pokemon work towards maximum IVs. The hack also features numerous new places to explore, including areas inspired by pre-release versions of Pokemon Red. This game has so many more features I haven't mentioned because there's just so much. So, if you love Gen 1 Pokemon games, then this upgrade's totally for you. And honestly, this classic game with the improvements implemented in Pokemon PureRGB make it worth a play for anyone who enjoys Pokemon. As always, I'll have links in the description where you can find the patch file along with more information on the game. Next up, in number 2, we got Pokemon Sour Crystal created by Sour Apple. This ROM hack is super well done and aims to be a quality of life patch to Crystal rather than having its own identity story-wise. The goal of this ROM hack is to improve the original game's known flaws while retaining it being a Gen 1 Pokemon game as best as it can, to the point where this game doesn't even include running shoes. Features that you can expect to find when playing this are that there are 200 new custom Pokemon sprites along with updated stats, moves, move pools reflecting up to Generation 9, and all 251 Pokemon are available to catch. It includes a challenge mode system which can be enabled during a new game and introduces upgraded elements like Gen 3 style PC box systems, reusable TMs, and an improved trainer rematch system, as well as a new 4 biome safari zone. You can even find visible berries and apricorns in the overworld and instant apricorn balls, along with some new overworld weather effects. This hack also introduces a pager system to replace HM slaves and a berry pocket to save the limited bag space you have, and a link cord item for trade evolution. You'll also notice some new attack animations, as well as a new swarm system added with swarm Pokemon having higher shiny chance. This game even ported Heart Gold, Soul Silver exclusive routes and trainers, just to make it feel that much more modern. You'll also encounter a move reminder, new party sprites, and many additional surprises that make this game enjoyable. If you didn't know already, I'm a huge stan for Pokemon Crystal ROM hacks, so I'm always happy to include well-deserving hacks like this one. As always, you'll find links to the patch file in the description along with more information on the game. And next up in number 3, we got Pokemon Weird Type Fun, created by Inwaiti. Alright, so this ROM hack takes everything you know about Pokemon and turns it upside down. It replaces all types with new alternatives, and original type matchups are not present in the game, which creates a unique experience where you have no idea what's going on, and I think that's why I really enjoyed this experience. It takes potentially your favorite Pokemon and turns it into something completely new. For example, Scorbunny, who's normally a fire-type Pokemon, is a magic type instead, turning it into the best-looking little wizard. There's so many uniquely crafted Pokemon that you could just tell the creator really went all out with their creativity, and I think that deserves more appreciation. Features you can expect to find if you choose to check out this ROM hack are that it includes 400 Pokemon spanning up to Generation 9 with a couple beta Pokemon and a small cast of Fakemon. And all types have been replaced with new ones, with original type matchups being scrapped. Every Pokemon has been painstakingly redesigned with a new theme made to fit their new type. Along with that, moves and items have been updated to match the many new types, all while following the original Gen 3 Kanto experience story-wise, with a small amount of new twists. I've always without reason just avoided ROM hacks that feature Fakemon, but the cast of Pokemon in this game are Pokemon we know but twisted to be completely new forms of themselves. It's pretty much exactly how regional variants work, and I think playing a Pokemon experience while going in pretty much blind takes me back to playing these games as a kid. Definitely recommend this ROM hack to anyone, and as always, I'll have a link for you to find more information on this ROM hack in the description. Next up in number 4, we got Pokemon Slowpink, created by Jisum. This ROM hack is a twist on the original Hoenn experience by replacing Generation 3 Pokemon with Pokemon from Generations 1 and 2. But it also includes some baby forms, evolutions, and regional variants of Pokemon that came from future generations. And rather than having the normal starter options we are all used to, this game lets you choose from Pikachu, Eevee, or Slowpoke. This game is meant to be more of a callback to Pokemon Yellow or a remake of sorts to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. This is also this developer's first ROM hack, and I think it's awesome that he's refined it up to this point. When playing this ROM hack, you can expect all the features of the Poke Emerald expansion, which means physical and special split, and fairy type. A new dark themed UI for the start menu, party screen, and bag as seen in some of the newer ROM hacks, along with the addition of follower Pokemon, which is always nice to have, as well as gameplay improvements like reusable TMs and Gen 6 style EXP that can be toggled on or off as a key item. HMs are made more accessible by allowing any Pokemon to use them in the overworld as long as you have the HM in your bag. And HM moves can be forgotten without visiting a move deleter. Evolution items can be purchased, and you'll find items like King's Rock, Metal Coat, and the linking cord for those special evolutions. This game also gives you the ability to freely switch between the Mach and Acro Bike at any time by pressing R. You'll find numerous dialogue updates and new additions if you end up giving this game a chance. I really love games that change up the typical Pokemon you have available to you at the start, as I always keep my starter to the very end, and that means I've trained up countless Blaziken, Typhlosion, Charizard, Swampert, you get the point. So playing this means adding a Pokemon to my team I normally wouldn't have, which ends up creating a whole new fun experience. I recommend this ROM hack to everyone, and as always, I'll have links to where you can find the patch file and more information on this game in the description. And last but definitely not least, we got Pokemon Fused Dimensions, created by Dante Z. If you're anything like me and restrict yourself to Pokemon ROM hacks that can be played on Game Boy Advance because how you like to play, whether that be on official hardware, a phone, or a dedicated emulator device like me, then you might have heard about the fan game Pokemon Fusions, which sadly isn't compatible with Game Boy Advance hardware or emulation, and is only available for PC. After searching for a game that scratches that Pokemon Fusion itch for me, I found this gem of a game, which is a ROM hack that follows the same story as Pokemon Fire Red, but instead features Pokemon fusions from the Kanto region. With the story remaining the same, some of the changes you can expect to find when playing this are that it features 376 fusion Pokemon, each with its own Pokédex entry, alongside additions of Mega Evolution, with some gym leaders, Elite Four members, and even the champion having their own Mega Evolutions, along with forgettable HMs, infinite TMs, and quality of life features like physical and special split, fairy type Pokemon, and moves, and Pokemon no longer will faint to poison outside of battle. You'll find increased shiny odds of 1 in 257, a Gen 5 style repel system, and a linkable item for trade evolution Pokemon. A slightly higher difficulty level was added alongside a move relearner placed in every Pokemon Center so you don't have to struggle finding him when you need him. Or is that just me? This ROM hack is awesome and really shows how much creativity the developer had with the Pokemon fusions they chose in this game, along with the talent it took to create the awesome sprites you'll encounter during a playthrough. Definitely recommend this game to anyone who's like me and missed out on the PC only fan game Pokemon Fusion, as this ROM hack can be played on official hardware, emulators, or even dedicated emulation devices. And as always, I'll have a link where you can find more information on this ROM hack along with the patch file in the description. And that's my top 5 Pokemon ROM hacks I recommend you check out this March. Hope you found a new game to enjoy and really appreciate you taking the time to check out this video.